Here we have the lats. The first thing you want to notice about the lats is how they kind of originate in this big area of thoracolumbar fascia, and then how they kind of insert onto the arm. So one of the biggest things we notice about this is that the lats are positioned to be really powerful adductors of the arm. Now, because the lats wrap around the rib cage, as the arm flexes upwards into an overhead position, this allows them to contract very powerfully in the sagittal plane. But generally, as the arm comes back behind the body, the lats are going to function more as adductors as opposed to shoulder extensors. Likewise, if we cross the arm out in front of the body, the lats, if we take this arm, sweep it up over the body this way, which is going to pull the lats around, the lats will function as abductors through this range of motion here as the arm sweeps back down across. Lastly, because the origin point of the lats kind of in this zone here, they also function as the spine extensors and lateral flexors as well. So if we really wanted to stretch the lats out fully, basically we would flex the arm up fully all the way, cross it over, so you'd bring the arm up basically this in this direction, and then we would flex and bend the spine to the right, which basically stretches the lats out all the way across the body this way. Likewise, if we want to shorten the lats all the way, then we'd extend the back, we'd bend the spine this way, and then we'd bring the arm back across the body while internally rotating the humerus here as well. So that's going to be general lat function. With that being said, most exercises that involve shoulder extension are going to train the lats very well, particularly with a lot of overhead movement. So any kind of pull-down exercise is going to be a very good way to train the lats. If you want to get a little more special with it, and especially in terms of increasing mobility and ability of our arm to function through different planes of motion, then we can get a little more creative with it, and then we can mess around with some cable versions or some other exercises where we're crossing the arm up over the body. We're training the lat kind of in that lengthened position. Cross-body pullovers, lat flies, we're basically just adducting the arms back towards our midline. Any of those types of movements are going to be very effective at training the lats. One of the other main things about the lats is, if we kind of look in here, we see that the lats kind of cross under this inferior portion of the scapula. So this is an attachment point for the lats onto this lower portion of the scapula here. And basically what that does is it allows the lats to function as the primary driver of what we call the scapulohumeral rhythm. So as we raise the arm up to an overhead position, particularly an abduction, the arm comes up, the scapula is generally going to kind of follow along with it. That's accomplished primarily through the lats kind of controlling that movement there. So as the arm lengthens the lats out, it just kind of carries the scapula along for the ride. Yeah, that's how the lats function. Primary ways of training the lats: you have your straight arm pullover exercises, and you have your pull downs. And then if you want to get creative with it for the purposes of facilitating maybe a little bit of extra regional hypertrophy, or mostly just for increasing mobility, you can get a lot more creative and still get a training effect onto the lat muscle itself.